If you go to a hospital to visit a relative and hospital management tells you that visiting time is over, so go and come the next visiting time, do you end up beating the staff that are taking care of your relative in the hospital? This man sent his relative to Tema Community 22 hospital, that the hospital should take care of his relative. She's not well. And he went back to visit his relative in the hospital. And the nurses were telling him that, oh, visiting time is over. So for now, you need to relax a bit. When it's time for visiting, then you come back and visit your relative. A well-built gentleman took the law into his hands, trying to beat the nurse on duty in the hospital. Now, what at all did the nurse say that made you so angry that a man like you have to take the law into your own hands and beat the nurse on duty? Watch this video. So that is the man's reaction when the hospital told him that visiting time is over, he needs to go and come back. Now, for your information, there are rules and regulations in the hospital. When you send your relative to the hospital, have it in mind that you have given your patient to the hospital to take care of him. At that moment, whatever happens to the patient, the hospital will be held accountable. And there are rules and regulations that govern patient care. Now, what some patient relatives do is, they are the I know my rights people. When they come to the hospital, they try to tell you that they know their rights. So whatever you are telling them, they are not going to listen. You know your rights, but also know that every right comes with a responsibility. And one of your responsibility is to visit your patient when it is time for visiting. But you don't go at a point that it's not time for visiting, you end up beating the hospital staff. This is not the first time that this has happened in a hospital. It has been happening in some hospitals. And on that note, I even asked that the time that a person entered, where was the hospital security? Or the hospital doesn't have security at all. Where were they? And he was able to bypass security, get to the ward. It took a nurse to prevent him from accessing his relative simply because visiting time is over. I think it's time for the Ghana Health Service to prioritize the security of its staff. When I say its staff, I'm talking about healthcare workers. Because this is becoming one too many that people are assaulting hospital staff. Why? Now, the Ghana Health Service has initiated an investigation into the matter. We hope and believe that this investigation will come out to be something meaningful. As at this point, one person has been arrested for the assault, and the Ghana Nurses and Midwifery Association too have also issued their letter insisting that the person should be dealt with and the right thing should be done. But I still ask, where was the hospital security when the incident was happening? Even at the scene of the incident, we didn't see hospital security. I think it's time to equip the Ghana hospital, the health services with proper security. Now, let me see what you think in a comment box. I believe the man wasn't right, he was wrong. But do you also think the nurse was right from preventing him from accessing his relative? Let me see what you think in the comment box.